Yeah. We're back again. It's kind of the early morning, so I've been trying to do this reading, and I don't really know what needs to be talked about today. Trying to see what cards kind of speak to me here. There's a deck here that I want to get. Actually, okay, they're saying 2. All right, so once you put decks together, if you stack them together, they'll kind of start working together. It's all energy, right? So these 2 have been stacked on top of each other, and they want to bring the message. I haven't used these cards for a while, so let's see what Spirit has for us today. Some people might be feeling a little under the weather. That'd probably be the weather changing right now. You get that weather cold, that seasonal cold. Ooh, that almost fell. What do we got there? Self-care. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here. I'm not me, then who? To tend to the wholeness, the parts in which surrender thy pulse and thy heart, that's never than any other. That's nearer than the other. Okay, so we've got perseverance and ringing the bells. And in yesterday's reading, I watched it today to kind of get, like, also I do like to see how the lives film, because a lot of times the sound isn't good, but the sound has been pretty good during the lives recently. And I went back, and at the very end of the reading yesterday, I said there was judgment with the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. And I say, well, I guess you reach your judgment once the bells start ringing. And then look, ringing the bells with perseverance. So I don't know if you've been down one of those roads where everything bad keeps happening, but no matter how many bad things happen, you just keep going and going and going, because what are you just supposed to stop? If you stop, then you surrender. And if you surrender, then you're giving up everything, right? And I don't know if you know what it's like to be walking somewhere, in 2 or 3 feet of snow, and knowing how long you have to walk for and just wanting to give up. And just being like, I swear to God, if I've got to take one more step, like, I'm not going to do it. And then you just find this like inner strength to keep going, right? Because somebody's self-care is kind of like, I don't know, man, maybe you might be in a little bit of a limbo. You might be taking care of somebody else more than you're taking care of yourself. And that's what's hurting the road. Because could you imagine, not only are you walking in what could be like 2 or 3 feet of snow with produce with you, with apples with you, or oranges with you, whatever it is, something heavy that you're carrying, but then you're carrying the load for somebody else on top of that. So you've got your bags, and now you're carrying somebody else's bags as well. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, how much easier it would be if I just had my own bags, if I just had my own stuff, right? It's almost like somebody has to, I don't know, take a step away. They're getting called. Like, their perseverance is up now. Like, that you don't have to, you've reached your destination. You don't have to try so hard now, perhaps. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Leviathan, like somebody could have been broke. And that was the perseverance. Keep going. And like, how hard it is to work 40 hours a week, minimum wage, and then get your paycheck, and, a quarter of it's been taken away. And you're already poor enough, and you think like, really? Now you've got to take this? It's like, I don't have a stretch on my money cap as hard as I do as it is, all on my own, but now you're pushing. So somebody could be pushing you to spend money on them or something like that. 7 of Airships. They're planning on stealing. I mean, they're stealing money from you. And I don't know if you work at a factory or if you work somewhere where, to make money is hard. It's not easy to make money. You got to bust your ass sometimes out there. And then you get these people that just want to come in, and like, it's like the second you leave something unattended, they come and they take it, right? They come and they take everything. And that's a part of this self-care, I guess, maybe. Look at that, 2 of Cups in reverse. Somebody's relationship there's a relationship that's drowning them. And they're putting way too much into it. Okay. Oh, look at that. I'm not going to lie, but that's judgment. Isn't that kind of fucked? Say it, and so shall it be. That's a regeneration machine, which would be judgment. They're laying down, right, to regenerate themselves. And that's what judgment is about. Judgment is usually about the people who are rising from their coffins, and they're kind of just giving their hand over to spirit and being like, okay, so I'm going to rise out of this, and I'm just going to trust you to guide me to where I need to go, right? And then they guide you to the end, right? Spirit gauge. That's the temperance spirit gauge. That's keeping yourself like balanced between hot and cold. And then at the same time, like once you balance yourself, the energy that you create from that balance, right? It's like finally you're temperanced. Because your gauge has been off because of a cyborg, because of a devil. See how they've got that woman kind of chained up behind, and then the cyborg is just taking over her, right? Taking over everything. And then there's the moon voyage. So there's the moon card, Pisces energy. We've got Capricorn energy and Pisces energy now that kind of just grace us with its presence, along with temperance. And oh my God, look at right below that is justice. Fucking justice. With the 7 of Cups underneath and the Sun. Oh, and the Ace of Swords in reverse with the fucking King of Swords in reverse and the 10 of Swords with the Techromancer, which would be the Magician. Oh, we are just getting better and better and better. These cards are awesome. I don't use them very much because I just don't. You know, I don't have to use all my decks all the time. You know what I mean? So we got a pretty wicked fucking little message here. It seems like someone's getting a wake-up call to something that they've been lying to themselves about. It's almost like you have more pull over this than what you think. Like you have the tools that you need. I mean, now that I'm kind of really looking at this, where was that temperance energy? Yeah, okay, underneath here. So what I'm looking at, what's catching my eye is this energy here. So once you balance your steam, right, with your electricity, and you create this infinite energy, right? That's what you end up taking forward and using as your tool, is your energy. Maybe you don't know how to use your energy. Other people use it, but you don't know how to use it. And the thing that you've got to realize, possibly perhaps, is that people can get in a position with you and control you. And it's something that you haven't quite possibly been able to venture to or voyage to because maybe that type of control is good when used properly in your life. So when it's abused, you don't know. So it's like somebody, okay, there we go. Perfect analogy. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe, but he is, I believe, a paranoid schizophrenic, and he's a fucking genius. And it would be like that. It would be somebody knowing that you're that type of character, who's a real man, by the way, in real life, that you're that character, and then they start manipulating your mind and using you like they do in the movie, right? They start using him, but then he realizes that it's a part of his schizophrenia and that what he was seeing wasn't exactly what was there. It's almost like somebody's using your abilities, and you don't know that it's you creating it all because it looks like them. It looks like them, but it's you. Because somebody was, from the looks of it, looking for something. They were looking for something that was lost. And when they found what they thought they were looking for, it really took them over, right? Because I don't think they knew that feeling that they were creating. But what they don't realize is that, yes, somebody else could have been a part of it, but it's your energy that's being created between the two. It's almost like I feel like this other person isn't creating anything. It's your energy that's going into it. They're just the beneficiary of it. Okay, so that's why it's like justice has to come in now to tell you that if you don't kind of realize that you're being used, that they've kind of put you in this machine almost to like pump you or pump from you and pump them full of everything, right? Because they're the ones in control. But they don't, it's like they feel like you're never going to figure it out, right? And they fool themselves every day by saying it's them. Oh, this is my energy. This is my energy. No, it's not. It's borrowed energy. It's stolen energy. They're taking it from you. Which is why this 10 of airship showed up, because it's what the universe is kind of saying is leave this aircraft alone and get out of it while you can, because it's going to crash and burn. Something's going to crash and burn. Okay. And it's most likely this relationship that has complete control over you. That's the whole part of it. But then what they don't realize is they've given you, okay. It's like Sally in The Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, she's locked up in that room, but she uses the window to get out. So it's almost like, I don't know if somebody has locked you into something, but you keep figuring a way to get out because you want to see the sun. So you escape and you get out, but then you come back, because I don't know if you live with this person, or there's been a lot of messages like that where somebody's living with somebody and they're trying to get away from their energy. And that's kind of a good sign, because the more you get away from their energy, then the more you start to grow away from them, and then you can get away from them, you know, because if somebody is, if all they're concerned about is the money that you make and stealing it when you're not looking, because they know that your heart is sunk into them and they know that you're going to keep trying and you're going to keep motivating, you're going to keep going despite what they steal. Because a lot of it, they're stealing your self-care, right? I don't know if this person likes to bring you to the spa or something. I think they do that so then it seems like they're putting love and care into you, but they're not. If they have to bring you to a spa for you to calm down, I bring the spa to my house. Why would I want to jump in a bunch of dirty water where everybody else has been swimming, right? If you want a spa treatment, then you can do that for your partner without ever having to go anywhere and pay anybody to do anything. So I don't know if that's what they're trying to do, or they're taking you tanning, they're putting you in a tanning bed or something, right? And then it almost feels like you're getting the right endorphins back, right? So it seems like, okay, but this person is like, that's what they're doing. They're buying your electricity back for you, because they can't share anything with you because they don't have anything. That maybe that's what this person is. This person is just taking everything for themselves. It's all just going into them. And they feel it like, well, my heart's the closest, so it gets everything. And it's going to take from your heart because I need this self-care. I need this self-love. So you're giving this person your energy, your time. You're probably providing a spa at home from them. You're probably massaging them. You're probably trying to make them feel better. Anything you can do to get them to relax. And then how they do it for you is they go out and buy something. They go out and put you in a machine, right? Or I don't know. Something about the sun. Like, I can see two people taking pictures together and they're smiling in the pictures, but then the phone goes down or it goes back into their purse or it goes back into their pocket. And it's like all serious business right away. Like, no one's smiling anymore. No one's happy anymore. It's just smiling for the camera, smile for the camera, smile for the camera. And I did hear that somebody was using somebody's looks to get back at somebody else. So they're just putting up all these pictures of somebody because they know it's going to make somebody else jealous. Like, there's a reason why Justice is here. Justice doesn't just step in and put her nose into something where it doesn't belong. Right? Because she's blind. She doesn't want to look. She wants to feel the situation. But then there's this thing in the background staring right at it and going like, Justice, you got to open up your eyes to this. You've got to open up your eyes to this, that maybe you just put yourself in a situation because you were looking for something. And this person posed as that. They posed as what you were looking for, but really it just looked like it. It kind of was more like a mirage than an actual relationship, just because of how much you've lied to yourself. Like, somebody has lied to themselves about where they're wanting to go with this life or where they're steering this energy. Maybe they think that they've got all the control and really it's the other person. And then you got to say to yourself, why do you feel like you've got to have the control? Why the need for the control, right? Because nobody should really be controlling anybody in any situation. Right? People should have free reign to come and go. Like, you can't trap people like they're prisoners. Right? And this person is kind of like, they're not going to trap you. They're not going to treat you like a prisoner because they know that they can get you back. Obviously, because of how hard you try, or suddenly they know. I don't know. It almost seems like somebody knows how hard this is, but they just keep trying anyways. And it's almost like the bell is being rung. The bells are being rung. The energy needs to be cleared. Somebody is clearly doing all the heavy lifting in this relationship while the other one just loathes in self-care. And that's cool. That's fine. You can have tons of self-care while in a relationship. But you cannot expect somebody to take care of you all the time and never do anything back. That becomes a one-sided relationship, and that makes people very angry, and they start getting very I'm trying to find the right word, but it's like, it's not anger. It's more like it starts to make this person furious. Like it can't just be one person all the time. It really can't. There has to be two people trying. There always has to be two people working on something. So yeah. Anyways, that's the message I'm getting for that. So I'm going to leave it at that. And if it resonates, take what resonates. If it doesn't, leave it. Okay? Just like the 3 of Leviathans, you may just want to jump on that train and leave it all behind. Okay? Somebody may want to. That's all I'm saying. Ooh, and look at that. Underneath that was the 8 of Airships. I missed it. It was still on the table. And that's the 8 of Wands. That's sure. There is. Okay, if you leave somebody's energy behind, my camera's kind of shitty, but there are these arrows and wands, and you can kind of see them, swords coming at this person as they're trying to approach, as they're trying to get somewhere. Information is coming in. So be prepared for that as well. Be prepared as you are trying to make moves for yourself. Be prepared for incoming information all the time. Because the spirits definitely will try to kind of like let you know that you're on the right path and that you are moving forward, because then suddenly information starts coming in just to let you know that everyone's watching and that they've got your back and that, you're doing the right thing. And yeah, that's it. Peace out, homies. Have a good day, and I hope it makes sense. And take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it. And for personal readings, whitneymoonshine@gmail.com. If not, just enjoy the channel and the freedom. And if it doesn't resonate, just wait for the next reading, okay? I can't hit them all every time, but I do try to help where I can and when I can, okay? So peace out. Have a good one. Take care. Namaste.